Hey everybody, I was a little bit confused as to where to find all the information I needed for the meeting house capacity data Excel spreadsheet that Jacob asked us to fill out. And it got me really focused on the statement that he made about his concerns about FMAT not matching PF maps. And as I did some research, and I haven't been able to clarify with him yet what we're trying to fix, but I think what we're trying to fix is a good example on some of my properties. If you go into PF Maps, you look down at this one, for example, and this one shows pulpit view capacity at 0. And so I think we all know that that can't be accurate, but that information is pulled directly from FMAT as well as all the rest of this information. So if this information is not correct, it means something's wrong in FMAT. And I'll show you what I found was wrong, especially when it comes to pulpit viewing capacity. If you go into facility planning, adequacy, and meeting house assembly factors, you should be able to pull up a building, and what you want to see is all this information populate down in here. This is how PF Maps gets its information about pulpit viewing. So if you look here, I did have some problems. Well, here's an example of a building that doesn't have any data in it at all. So in order for us to get in order to get PF Maps correct, we need to simply add in the rooms that can see the pulpit. So the chapel's one of those rooms. Room CNA room number 2 is the overflow. That's another one of those rooms. And then the cultural hall is a third one. So once that's done, that's going to then populate a percentage based off of some algorithm in the back that's going to help PF Maps determine what our pulpit viewing capacity is. Probably need to go in and make these adjustments as well. This is areas with audio and visual capabilities, and I won't do all of them now, but I'm just showing you what it does, as well as recreational and cultural hall areas. So once we've entered all that information in there, all we have to do is click Save, and that should get updated within 24 to 48 hours into PF Maps. One of the things I will show you, though, that I had to do in this building, the cultural hall in this particular facility is perpendicular to the chapel. So 100% of the seating wouldn't be able to see the pulpit because of those walls that go off to the side. So you have to calculate your square footage and determine what is the percentage of that room that can be seen from, they can see the pulpit that has a direct line of sight. And if you have a stage that has pulpit viewing that's in the gym, you could also put that number in there. All right, the other one was parking, and that one wasn't as difficult, but I did go into facilities planning, FM group facilities. Let me try that again. FM group facilities, and then select a building and hit information at the bottom. I went into the site tab and then into site info at the bottom. And if you scroll down here, if for some reason you don't have a parking count in PF Maps, it's because these numbers aren't entered or these squares aren't checked. So verify your parking counts are right. This is where you would change them if you need to make an adjustment to that. And then once you get done, just hit save. And again, it'll take about 24 hours or so, I think, for PF Maps to fix itself. All right, the last one that me and Chris Tanner were talking about was something wrong with our teaching stations. And for example, one of our buildings had a partition wall removed, but because the inventory was never updated, it was giving us one additional teaching station than we really had. So what's important is, in order to change your teaching station count, it's based off of this number right, or this tab right here. What you label it will determine if it's a classroom in the classroom count or not. So just label it what it really is, and the algorithm in the back will determine if it can be added to the utilization for teaching stations. If you've had 2 rooms where a partition was removed and it's now 1 room, you just need to make sure you need to go in and delete that room and add that inventory into one of the remaining rooms, and that will lower your teaching station count by 1. Same as if you had to go in and put a partition to make 1 large space, 2 small spaces. You need to go in and create a new room and split that inventory that was once in 1 space, and then you will add 1 teaching station to your teaching station count. Alright, that's all I had. I just thought I would share some of the things that I found, and happy chart filling out. We'll see you later.